Alrighty, now let's go talk about the NBA from last night and end the show on our moneymaker. But man, oh man, the game last night, Clippers Suns game 2, absolutely a phenomenal finish. Great game overall. And I got it once again. I mean, I undervalue this Clippers team all the time, and they really just kind of keep surprising me. We should buy into them. I don't think I am, and I may be foolish sometimes, but there's just something about this team offensively I can't buy into. Defensively, they're great. They were bodying up this Suns team the entire game. Devin Booker wasn't even playing that great, folks. He had a good third quarter, and that was really it. The defense was truly starting to get to the Suns team, but Cameron Mother-loving Payne stepped up to the equation, stepped up to the plate like we know we can, folks. We've been big on Cameron Payne. We wanted that man to start in that Lakers series to give Chris Paul the rest. We bought him in game 1. He didn't have the best game 1 game, but he got into some foul trouble, and then he was the main man in game number 2, getting to the bucket with ease, folks, with truly ease. So we're going to talk about stats and some what happened during the game. We're going to kind of intermix, not kind of our usual breakdown of the game that we kind of been doing. But the Suns last night, I mean, Cameron Payne, 29 points, led the team in scoring, folks. 2 of 8 from the 3, not very good, but 50% overall on 24 shots. The man, every one of his shots was just getting to the bucket, scoop layup, beating Zubac to the rim, just getting it done, getting that high off the glass arc, and 29 points and 9 assists. That's exactly what we expect from Cam Payne, and he went out and did it. So absolutely magnificent work there by Cameron Payne, truly making up for no Chris Paul. So I give Cameron Payne so much credit for last night. We got to give credit to Cameron Payne. DeAndre Ayton had 24 points and 14 rebounds. The game-winning dunk. Yes, you heard that right. The game-winning dunk. We're going to show it. And then Devin Booker, he had 20 points overall. He had a real bad game, 31% on 16 shots. Once again, the defense was just getting to the Suns team early and often, but the Suns were able to survive, so we give them a lot of credit for that. But let's talk about playoff P was back in full force last night, folks. Paul George, absolutely abysmal last night again. Yes, he led the team in scoring, 26 points, but he shot 1 of 8 from 3. 5 of 10 from the free throw line, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, folks. I mean, these are Giannis numbers, folks. And he shot 43% on 23 shots, but letting the team down big time. And we get it right here. So let's run this kind of game tape. Here we go. Clippers up 103-102 with 8 seconds left. Well, before we talk about this, let's talk about the out of bounds play. Do I have that up? Was I able to find that? Yes, I was. It's right here. All right, here it is. So let's talk about this. 103-102, 13 seconds left. Suns have the ball down 1, and Patrick Beverley is once again D'ing up Devin Booker and forces a turnover, folks. Oh my God. Jeez, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons here. I gotta rewind it. Here we go. Rewind here. Here we go. Okay, so 103-102, Clippers up 1, and Patrick Beverley's all over Devin Booker, and he forces a turnover. And this had Twitter buzzing all night last night. It goes off of Booker, but Patrick Beverley was the one that kind of knocked it out of his hands. And I've got no problem with this call. Devin Booker was the last one to touch it. I've got no problem. Everyone's like, oh my God, this rule is insane. And literally everybody was talking about, oh, this is such a dumb rule and needs to be overturned. But I mean, folks, Devin Booker was the last one to touch this ball. It's out on him. Patrick Beverley played great defense. I mean, we all get annoyed with the reach and fouls. It's real lame. It's real ticky-tacky. But once a player plays great defense and is able to knock the ball out of your hands, that's great defense. I'm not going to punish great defense. This is the right call. I like it. Everyone else was hating it. Oh my God, replays ruining the game. When you're playing pickup at the park, this is always out of the defender. And yeah, that's true, but we have replay, and it's literally touched by Devin Booker last because Patrick Beverley had great defense, folks. He pokes the ball lightly, not kind of knocking it out of his hands. Just kind of disrupting the ball a little bit, so kind of the down hand, the down dribble, it's going to be off of Devin Booker's kind of pinky finger here. We're going to watch it here in the highlight here. Just watch it. That's Patrick Beverley knocking the ball a little bit, and then we see right there, just knocking the ball out a little bit where Devin Booker is not expecting it. He has no time to try to re-control the ball, and then it goes off of his last pinky finger. This is great defense, folks. This is how you play defense and kind of of reach in without drawing a foul or making you touch the ball last. I think this is absolutely magnificent. And now we want to punish great defense? Oh, I don't think that's the right move to kind of overturn this rule. Whoever touches the ball last, that's who it's out of. Because Devin Booker got bodied to the sideline, you're going to punish Patrick Beverley? Because Patrick Beverley played it exactly perfectly to make sure it goes off of Devin Booker's hands first? You're going to punish that? I don't agree, folks. I think this is absolutely magnificent defense, forcing them towards the sideline, hitting the ball at the right kind of, angle and velocity so it's not, out of clearly Devin Booker's hand, timing his kind of touch of the ball with Devin Booker's kind of downhand dribble motion to force it, and then just to get it a little enough, get his hands on the ball a little bit enough to just kind of affect it. Devin Booker thinks, all right, I still have control of this ball going down, but Patrick Beverley just knocking the ball away just enough to kind of mess up his overall control of the ball. I'm not punishing great defense. And I think if we change this rule of, it's got to be out on Patrick Beverley because he forced the ball. No, he played great defense, and you're going to punish. He almost won. He should have won the game, honestly, for this team. But that brings us to our next point here. So it goes out on Devin Booker. Now they have no choice to foul because there's 8 seconds left and they're down by 1. The Clippers can just run out the clock. So they have to foul Paul George. And what happens at the free throw line? Playoff P in full effect, folks. He missed both free throws. How does Paul George, a superstar on this team, game on the line, he could have extended the lead up to 3, force a 3-point shot attempt to force overtime? No way the Clippers lose in regulation. It's either the Clippers win or it goes into overtime. But Paul George misses both free throws to kind of seal the game. Even one makes a 2-point. You probably had the Suns go for a 3-point attempt, honestly. Even though the Suns still went for a 3-point attempt, and we're going to get to that. But here we go. Paul George, number 2, clonk off the back iron. So now it's the Suns only down 1 point now still because Paul George can't hit free throws. So Paul George misses both free throws, and then we have this play. And oh my gosh. I am hitting all the wrong buttons here, so we got to wait for this ad to go. But so the Suns take a 3-point shot attempt, and it doesn't go. Devin Booker passes the ball up, and it goes into, it wasn't Cameron Payne, I don't think. I want to say it was Cameron Johnson. It may have been Cameron Payne. We're going to look in a second. This ad is almost over. But, and we are going to see, because Skip Bayless was whining that they didn't really review it, that it was really off of the Suns. Well, we're going to take a look in a second. Let's get this back up now. Let's get this back over here. Oh, my God. They just played a new video. Oh, my gosh. Now we have to wait for this ad again. Jeez Louise, I hate this. Ugh. Alrighty, so back to this. Let's talk about the game. Well, let's break down some stats overall while we're waiting for this. So Paul George, 26 points. Zubac had 14 points, 11 rebounds, but was getting dunked on left and right by DeAndre Ayton. And can we talk about the starting lineup? So Tyronn Lue did have a different starting lineup in this game. And once again, I praise Tyronn Lue for trying this out. I think it's not bad. He ends up having Reggie Jackson in the starting lineup as well. I didn't even click that. Here we go. They had, so this was their starting lineup for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson at the 1, Patrick Beverley at the 2, getting that good defense out there, but we know he doesn't really score that much. He put up 6 points on 5 shots. Zubac at the 5, Paul George at the 3, and Marcus Morris at the 4. So they bring in Zubac and Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup, and it wasn't bad. Zubac tried his best to contain DeAndre Ayton, but he had the game of his life. DeAndre Ayton, 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 dunks over Zubac, 1 for the win. So I respect Tyronn Lue for, the new lineup here. It wasn't bad. But let's get back to what we're trying to look at. So Paul George misses both free throws. Now, Suns get the rebound, and they call a timeout. Now 7 seconds left. And now, here we go. They inbound to Devin Booker. Once again, Patrick Beverley all over Devin Booker, not allowing the shot. They double team him. Devin Booker passes the ball once to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's guarded, so he hands off the ball. It was Cameron Payne. Unfortunately, now, Cameron Payne misses the shot, misses the 3-point attempt, and then the ball goes out of bounds off the attempt, but they say that it was off of the Clippers. So let's replay this because they didn't really go too in depth in this replay on the broadcast, and I was a little disappointed because Skip Bayless went to Twitter and was like, oh, that was clearly off the Suns. How could they not see that? All this. So we weren't able to get any great reviews of those angles, and it was kind of annoying because they really didn't even bring that up as like a narrative of like, oh, it was definitely off the Clippers. But let's see. We could put this one in slow motion. So here we go. Devin Booker passes it to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder passes it to Cameron. Is that Cameron Payne? Number 25? That's not Cameron Payne. But he shoots up the three. It hits the rim. And then here we go. All right. That did look like it was off Terrence Mann a little bit. So I think they did get the call on the floor right. They didn't go like super slow-mo or super, in-depth zoom of it. So we didn't get the greatest look, unfortunately. But I do think that was off of Terrence Mann. We zoomed in. We went in slow-mo ourselves to do it ourselves. So I do think that was off of Terrence Mann. So I think they got the right call on the floor. I think Skip Bayless was tripping. He's a Clippers fan. All right. Or just a Kawhi Leonard fan or something. Or a LeBron hater, whatever. But all right. So now there's 0.8 seconds left on the clock. And now, or they put 0.9. I mean, it should have been 0.7. They put 0.9. I didn't think that was the right call either. But now, this is it, folks. This is what we're talking about. Absolutely magnificent game-clutching play. I got to put this one in full screen for this time. But Jay Crowder, out of bounds play, throws the ball absolutely perfectly above the rim, and then DeAndre Ayton went up and got it and dunked it right on Zubac again. But can we talk about the pass? Yes, the execution of the play was absolutely fantastic. The drop, Monty Williams deserves so much credit for the drop. DeAndre Ayton deserves so much credit for the actual execution of the play. But can we talk about Jay Mother Lovin' Crowder? The inbound play. I mean, look at the angle you have to throw this ball in. And you got DeMarcus Cousins playing absolutely trash defense. I mean, the man only played 3 minutes and floundered big time on his only job of the entire game. Get in Jay Crowder's face, jump up and down. Do not allow the pass. Do not allow the big arcing pass. And that's exactly what... Look at this man. This is garbage. Look at this man. Trash defense, but Jay Crowder putting this ball right on the money, folks. Absolutely kind of the unsung hero of this game. He couldn't hit a shot all night. I was getting real annoyed by this man's 3-point shooting. What did he shoot officially last night from 3? Where are we at? Jay Crowder, 0 of 3. Only took 3 shots all game, all from 3, and missed them all. I was getting real heated on the man. But he makes up for it on the best pass here. Out of bounds pass. Throws it right above the rim for DeAndre Ayton to go up and get it. And talk about Zubac getting dunked on again. But overall, absolutely great. We can watch this play from this angle right here. Absolutely great. DeAndre Ayton, man, he had the game of his life, game-winning dunk, and then there was like 0.5 seconds left, and the Clippers had a chance, but Paul George turnaround jumper. I don't even think he got the ball off. It didn't go, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, Paul George missing those 2 free throws really lost him the game. Patrick Beverley, great defense on Devin Booker to force the turnover. Paul George, 2 free throws that don't go down because he's absolutely garbage in the playoffs. Unfortunately, playoff P is back, folks. We talked about that yesterday when we were breaking down the game. It was like we saw Paul George be great the last maybe 3 or 4 playoff games, but we know playoff P is going to emerge at some point. And it was last night at the free throw line. So he makes those 2 free throws. There's no, under the basket pass. There's nothing like that. You need the 3 to tie up the game. And they just missed the 3. Now there's 0.8 seconds to get a tight 3 off, or 0.9 seconds to get a tight 3 off. And it probably doesn't go. Or even if they hit 1, this DeAndre Ayton dunk probably, once again, doesn't happen. You probably try to get the 3 again. At the out-of-bounds play, maybe they drop the same play. I don't know. But at the same time, it goes into overtime if they do hit the same shot. So Paul George truly deserves all the freaking credit of losing the game last night. And then the last thing to talk about this game, Man, oh man, can we talk about the leadership of Chris Paul? Once again, we saw the team FaceTime Chris Paul after game 1, and they do the same thing after game 2, folks, getting everybody hype. He's talking to Monte Williams, he's talking to Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, just being there with the team, even though he can't be because of the COVID protocols. And the reason I bring this up is because, can we talk about Kawhi Leonard? He's injured, can't play for the team. And what happened with Terrence Mann? This was game 6 in the second round with the Clippers, because Terrence Mann had a great game. The entire team is throwing water on him, celebrating, jumping up and down, having a great time. But what is Kawhi Leonard doing? Way in the back, clapping. Oh, yeah, great job, Terrence Mann. Woohoo, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, I'm with the team. Yeah, great job, team. But Chris Paul, he's right in the thick of it, being on a FaceTime. Kawhi Leonard's actually in the locker room and is sitting down, clapping, not throwing water, not jumping down with the team. And I know he's got, a bad knee, but still, you can't stand up and be with the team. He's all the way in the back. So I just want to bring up the leadership mentality here. It's great by Chris Paul. Kawhi Leonard, he's kind of all about himself. Ooh, I don't want to hurt my knee. Yeah, I'm going to sit this one out. I know we're competing for a championship, but yeah, my health is more important. Sorry. That's why I left the Spurs. Little bone bruise. I wasn't playing for the last 30 games. No. Yeah, my knee, it's a little tweaked. Gotta sit. And, Terrence Mann, great job. Oh, my knee, though. Damn. All right. Y'all, if y'all want to win the chip, y'all can go do it, but y'all not going to have me. My knee's bad. Chris Paul's like, I got COVID, supposedly, but I'm on the FaceTime call. I'm calling everybody. I'm making sure everybody's ready to rock. I'm making sure Cameron Payne is right for this game. Difference in leadership, folks.